Hey there, I'm Noah Walker, and today I am with Miss AnnMarie Goss, who's 9 years old. You can find information from Miss AnnMarie at AnnMariesAnimals.com, and she is teaching us about forestry.
Did you know that when people are working in the forestry industry, they have to be very cautious about the animals who live there?
Hey everybody, it's me, AnnMarie Goss again, and this is my friend Mr. Glenn Osteen.
Please tell us about your company.
We lease our land for recreation. And when recreation is not only for hunting, it's for people that wants to go in the woods and enjoy the woods. They can go fish in the fish ponds and the ponds on the woods. They can just take their bikes and ride, or they can go in their vehicles and ride. But they have that right to do that when they join a hunting club. So we lease all our properties to hunting leases. We have a whole recreational department that handles that for us. And the company that I'm with, Manulife, they own somewhere around or manage somewhere around 4 to 5 million acres. So that's a lot of land they do, and this recreational department takes care of all of that. So that's the other thing we do. Bee leases, we do bee leases. We sell leases for honeybees, where they make the honey. You've seen these black boxes in the woods stacked up on that. That's bee leases. And that's another thing that we do for income.
Now we're going to talk about endangered species.
It is actually a 2013 book, but it has the gopher tortoise, and it has the cranes and the owls and the salamanders and all that in it, and it tells you a little bit about it. You can kind of take it. It's a short book, and you can take it and look it over. But what we do during the gopher tortoise, that's one of the main ones we try to really manage and watch for. And a gopher tortoise, their hatching period is from September to October. So those 2 months, we're really particular about what we do around those gopher holes. You've seen those burrows. I know you've seen those.
I've seen many in my house.
All right, we go out and we flag those when we harvest timber, and we don't want any of our heavy equipment on top of those burrows, because they'll mash them in and then the little babies will be trapped in there. So we want to make sure we take care of that. We do that year round, we watch it, but September and October we really pay attention to it.
Yeah.
And because we don't want anything to go wrong with that. And we always looking for eagles' nests and stuff like that. Anything that we see that could be a problem for us. We make sure that when we come up to a stream, a waterway, we leave a buffer anywhere from 35 to 300 feet for this meal. All right. When the mill gets the trees, well then there's no more trees on the ground for us to cut. So we have to put baby pines back in its place. So that's what your grandpa used to do, is plant trees. He still does a little bit of it. He used to plant a lot of these trees for us. And that's called sustainability. We grow, we cut, we grow, and we keep trees all the time coming, where these mills can buy them every year from us. And that's the same sustainability of a forest, a working forest. That's what they call it, a working forest.
Okay.
All right, that's our primary thing that we do. Then we have all these other things, like we sell cabbage berry permits. That's where they go and pick the berries, and they sell the berries, and they sell them over. And I think they make penicillin out of it. Some of the stuff they make out of the berries. And then we sell cabbage palm trees for aesthetics around motels and stuff, for the landscaping. We sell that. We also sell pine straw for landscaping off of the forest. And
Now we're going to talk about sustainability.
For the streamside management, for several reasons. One of the biggest reasons for water quality. All of our water in Dixie County goes south to the Gulf of Mexico, where they have clam leases, oyster leases. Fishing is a big thing. Fishing is a big thing for us around here. Our economy revolves a lot around fishing too. So we want good water quality going in there. So we leave a good buffer. We don't get into streams and muddy them up where they produce a bunch of sludge and stuff that goes out in the aquatic animals has to take care of that. We don't want that going in there, so we take care of it through that. The other reason is we want to protect what's in those streams. The crawfish and the salamanders or whatever could be in that creek, we want to take care of that. So that's the big reason we leave that buffer, and that's we don't get within 35 feet and then 300 feet. 300 feet to 35, we can kind of select cut trees, but when you get to the 35, we don't go any closer.
So, what are the different animals that live in trees? Is there like a specific animal that likes a specific kind of tree or what?
Okay, let's talk about gopher tortoise. Gopher tortoise likes high sandy ground.
Yes.
Why would you think they would like high sandy ground?
So that it's easy to dig down deep, and that if it's high, they can dig down deep and not hit any roots.
That's right, and in your water, right?
Yes.
The higher it is, so they like the high grassy stuff. The sand crane, he likes a pasture with damp water, and he also likes marsh land.
Yes.
Like prairies and stuff. So that's kind of what the sand crane likes. And of course, you know, the fish we talk about, the crawfish and the salamander naturally likes the creeks, the water, and the ponds, and the mud. They like that. So that kind of covers those areas.
What about like birds? Do they like a specific tree branch?
Well, yeah, some of them do. Let's take a lot of them likes to roost in wetland areas. They like to roost where there's water under them. And the reason of that, they don't want any predators getting to them. So they'll roost where there's water and ponds and cypress and stuff like that. They roost in those.
Yes, and they turn their back to the water because they know that there's not going to be any animals sneaking up behind them because there's water behind them.
Exactly.
And they face like towards the forest so that they can see or hear anything that's coming towards them that way.
Yeah.
Hi, AnnMarie Goss again. If you enjoyed this video, I want you to give a big thumbs up, like this video, and hit subscribe on your way out. Thank you.